Let's do some fascial maneuvers to help with hip and lower back pain. So the first one we're going to start with is pretzel squat. And basically what we're going to do is you just want to be wearing some loose clothing. The fascia is so much more than the interconnected tissue that weaves and wraps and crisscrosses throughout the body. It is also storing memory, trauma, emotions. So as we're moving, twisting, rotating, and counter-rotating, you could have sensations of heat, shakiness. You could feel a little lightheaded. You could feel some emotions coming up. And that's all normal and that's all part of it. So we're going to start with pretzel squat. And I like doing this in bare feet because then I have no restrictions. That is a very large wasp. Then you have no restrictions over the feet and it allows the body to release a little bit better. So this can be done anywhere. I'm actually just doing this in front of my house. And you're going to start by taking the heel of your left foot, place it into the archway of your right, and take a step about 2 to 3 feet away from you, like so. With your right arm, you're going to bring it around in front so you're facing over that left leg. We're going to just lean a little bit over to the right. Taking your left hand, place the back of your hand on your glute. Your right hand is going to go on your left shoulder. And then I'm going to show you, stay where you are. I'm going to show you your left hand. The back of it is going to go up between your shoulder blades. So you're right here. So you're in this position like this. Pretzel, right? So you're going to slowly come into a squat position, rotating your head slowly to the right, body to the left, come into a squat, and we're going to breathe together 6 times, in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Now, rotate your head the other direction to the left. We're going to swap arms. So this left arm is going to go on the right shoulder. Right hand, back of the hand, is going to go between the shoulder blades and the back. Palm facing out. Turn the head to the left. Deepen the squat if you can. Otherwise, stay where you are. Rotate your body to the right, and let's breathe. 2, 3. Drop the shoulders. 4, 5, and 6. Good. Slowly come up. Ooh, I felt that right hip click already. Shake the arms out. If you have space to move around, take a little walk. Walk to integrate this. Walk in a circle. You can pause this video. Doing some heat coming up. We're going to do the other side. Taking the right foot with your heel, place it in the arch. Step back so you can see it a little bit better. Place the heel of the right foot in the left arch. We're going to take about 2 feet, 2 to 3 feet stepping away. Left hand comes out over that leg. Right hand, back of the right hand goes on the right butt cheek, on the glute. And we're just going to lean a little bit over to the left. Take this hand, left hand, place it on the right shoulder. The right hand's going to come up between the shoulder blades. I actually have more restriction on this side, so I'm going to help it. So my right hand is between my shoulder blades. Left hand is on my right shoulder. Come down into a squat. If you are only able to come to here, great. If you are able to come to here, also great. So just play with what feels right to your body. We're always looking for that line of tension, but never wanting to go beyond that. Come into a squat. Rotate the head to the left. You might notice more pressure driving up into the head as we do that. Body turns to the right, and let's breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is opening up the pelvis, pelvic floor, and the hip area fascially. So it's freeing adhesions and tension in that area. Now let's turn the head to the right And we're going to switch arms. Right hand goes on left shoulder, left hand, back of the hand goes between the shoulder blades. Head to the right, body to the left. Deepen the squat if you feel called to. I certainly do right now. I can feel my sacrum and tailbone releasing now. And let's breathe. Deep breaths. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slowly come up. If your legs are shaking, you're doing it right. You might feel lightheaded. You might feel a lot of heat, tension releasing. Just notice what you're feeling. Take a little walk to integrate. And if you need to pause this video to walk a little bit more, breathe, or you can kind of just sway around. Helps the body reassess with that bilateral movement to kind of see where it's at without that tension in the body. The next one we're going to do is an overhead elbow torque. And when we're working with the elbows, wrists, and shoulders, I need to take a deep breath. Whew. Breathing in that Oklahoma humidity, I needed to catch up. When we work with the arms, we're also releasing the legs. So anything that helps the shoulders also helps the hips. It also helps up here too. 1, 2, 3 zones of the body. Anything we do with the elbows also helps the knees. Wrist, jaw, and ankles are also all connected. So even though we're going to be doing overhead elbow torque, rotating the skin around the elbow, this is going to be helping release tension in the hips, the knees, and the ankles. So taking your right hand, place it on your right shoulder. With your left hand, this is the most important part. You're going to grab that skin around the elbow and just play with it for a moment. Twist it outward, so you're twisting it this way. Now try twisting it inward and see which side, which direction feels tighter. For me, it's outward. For most people, it could be. So go in the direction that feels the tightest for you. And if you lose the grip on this rotation here, this twist, as we move through this, just reconnect, twist it again. It's no problem. So you're going to grab that skin on the elbow, you're going to twist it, and you're going to lift the elbow overhead to here, or to here. And with your feet about hip width apart, you're going to pull in your spinal pelvic lock. I know there's a lot of moving parts to this. So pull your belly button into your spine, pull up your pelvic floor, tighten it up like you're holding your pee. And we're going to lean over to the left so that right hip is going out. See how that right hip's going out? And you're going to turn your head to the right. It's a subtle, slow movement, but wow, is this powerful. And we're going to breathe in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Breathe in. 2. Feel that down the side of your rib cage. 3. All the way into that hip. 4. 5. And 6. Slowly come up. Release the arm. Shake that out. Brush off any mosquitoes. Shake that out, move around. Okay, let's do the other side. Before we move to the left side, just check back in and just see, like, as you're walking and you're doing your integration, how does it feel on the right side compared to the left? What are you noticing? Does one side feel like way lighter, or are you aware of the heavier side more? So interesting. So doing the other side, and take the left hand on the left shoulder, grab that skin. Is it tighter which way? Yep, it's definitely tighter rotating out. Bring that elbow overhead, just do the best you can. Spinal pelvic lock in, pull that belly button in, pelvic floor up, lean. Whew, see? I have to let that go. Not today, mosquitoes. Twist up, lean, turn your head to the left, You can even widen your stance if you need to and shift that left hip out, head to the left, and breathe. Always in through the mouth, out through the mouth for this. 2, 3, 4. Pull that belly button in. 5, 6. Slowly come up. All right, we're going to do a psoas release next. So shake that off, walk a few steps. You can walk in a figure 8, walk in a circle. Notice if your left to right side feels more balanced. And as we do the psoas release, this is going to help release a lot of tension down the front of the hip. It may feel a little burny as you're doing this. If this is the first time you've done the psoas release, it's also, we're actually releasing the digestive system on either side, but it works with the psoas muscle too. Fascia likes to grab onto its neighbor if it's out of alignment, if it's got adhesions, and it'll grab onto its neighbor and stick or pull. Most of us are chronically dehydrated, so that's a major problem too. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be releasing the stuck layers of fascia in the digestive system that can also pull down the psoas, which can also cause hip pain, also into the inner thigh side. So we've been releasing the outer, we're going to release the inner now. So finding the spot to work on, we're going to navigate to the belly button, go 2 inches over to the right, 2 inches down. I'm going to press in, and it should be tender. Another way to find the spot is if you go one hand to the belly button, one hand to the top of the hip, and if you go kind of diagonal where that meets, yeah, and that's a tight spot for me. So you can press in and pull up, or you can do all of it, press in and give it a little rotation. So your right hand would be pressing in, give it a little thumbs up rotation, and I'm going to pull up a little bit too. Okay, take your left hand, place it on the back of your neck, and we're going to take the opposite leg forward. So left leg steps forward, and you're going to lean back. And as we're leaning back, all that tension down that front could feel like burning, tearing sensation. If you're noticing that, great. That's all part of it. If you're not noticing it, great too. So hand on the back of the neck on the left side, thumbs up position on the right. I'm pulling up. My left leg is forward, leaning back, and breathe. 2, 3. This is great if anyone has stomach issues too. 4. Or issues with constipation or diarrhea. 5, 6. Okay, release that. Definitely walk. Take a little walk to integrate that. See how that feels. See how you notice the difference. What do you notice different on the left side, excuse me, on this right side that we just worked on versus the left side? To see what you notice there. So the next one is we're going to do the left side. So navigating again to the belly button, or diagonally from the crest of the hip and the belly button to where they meet, or you can go 2 inches over, 1 inch down, press in. Pressing in with the right hand, giving it a little twist or a lift. It does also work with intention. So if you're just touching it, and that's enough. If you're just touching that area and pulling, that's enough. I'm going to give it a little torque and take a step forward with the right foot. Step back so you can see. Right foot forward. Left hand on the back of the neck. Lean back and breathe. Feel that down the front of the leg. 2. If you feel the need to rotate your body while we're doing this, you can. 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Slowly come up. Take a little walk. Should have had my citronella on out here. Wow. See how that feels. I notice that when I do the psoas release every day in the morning, my hip pain is so much lessened. In fact, I don't have it as much as I used to anymore, especially when I sleep at night. I used to have a lot of pain at night in the hips when I would lay, especially on the right side, which I don't have that anymore. Okay, so adding into our lower back and hip releases today, we're actually going to do a release on one of the organs. Well, we worked on the digestive system just now, but another one of the organs is the bladder. We're going to release the bladder. And the reason for this is because when we release the front, it helps with the back. So if somebody is experiencing lower back pain and we do a bladder release, it can actually release all the way through to the tension. Because if the root of the issue is in the organs, let's just say it is, then if it's grabbing and pulling forward, then what happens to the back is that that's like, oh, there's that tension of pulling forward. So a lot of back pain could be from, well, just a variety of things compensating how we're walking. It could be tension in the kidneys due to dehydration. It could be trauma, injury, trapped emotions, lots of different things. So the good news is we don't have to figure it all out. We can just do the movements, hydrate, take care of our emotions, get minerals and silica in the body, and the body can handle it and take care of the rest. So let's do the bladder release. You're going to navigate to the bladder by looking for where the pubic bone is and going a little bit higher. And if you actually lean a little bit forward, you can feel it kind of into the hand. And then as you lean backwards, you'll feel if there's tension in the bladder, which for a lot of us, especially women, there is. A lot of fear can be held in the bladder too. There's a lot going on there. I can feel the tension right there in the bladder when I lean back. I can also feel that in my lumbar, in the back in the lumbar curve. So now that I've got the tension held there, I'm going to put this hand on the back of my neck. I'm just going to pull up and we're going to breathe. And if you feel called to rotate, you can do that too. So we're going to breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. I actually felt the tension I initially felt release after the second breath. For most of the fascial maneuvers, usually around breath 4 or 5 is when it really starts to come down. So to finish off this mini class to help release tension from the hips and the lower back, we're actually going to do something in zone 1 in the head, and this is antler twist. And so if the body is 3 zones, if there are 3 zones in the body, zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3 is the lower legs and feet. Each zone is also broken up into 3 different zones. Zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. 1, 2, 3, leg, lower leg, ankle, and feet. What we do to one area of one zone also affects the other 2 zones. So an example would be if somebody has wrist issues, they may also notice jaw and ankle issues. It's interchangeable. If someone rolls an ankle, they may notice that eventually they start developing jaw issues, TMJ. So the beautiful thing about fascial maneuvers is if there is an acute injury in an area, for example, if someone has a knee injury or an impact and it hurts to actually work there, well, first of all, you can work above and below that injured area and get release. But you can also work that area in zone 2 and zone 1. So working the elbow also helps the knee integrate. Pretty cool. We're pretty intelligently designed. So let's finish up with antler release because we've done work in zones 3 and zone 2 a lot today. We're going to finish it up with zone 1 to bring some balance in. So taking the palms of the hands, we're going to place them at the sides of our temples in a very particular way. Let me show you how. You're going to take your right hand palm, place it at your temple with your fingers pointing backwards. The left hand palm is going to be at your temple, fingers facing forwards. So like this, right? And you're going to press in and squeeze, and it's going to look really smooshy. Yes, that's a word. So we're going to squeeze, and then we're going to twist so our fingers meet at the top. My face is really sweaty right now from this humidity. So if I lose grip, if you lose grip while you're rotating, you can just start again. Here we go. Fingers forward on the left, fingers back on the right. Squish in, twist so the fingers meet at the top, and let's breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in. Smooshy face, 2. You can look up, 3. Look all the way around, 4. Releasing all that head tension, 5. And 6. Now keep that held if you can, or reconnect if you need to, and come into a squat and look up, open and close the jaw a few times. And let's breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth as you move around. I just got a cervical adjustment. That's beautiful. Really feel what your body needs to do. It might not want to move. It might be like, what the heck is going on right now? With the combination of the movement, the pressure, the rotation, and the breath, and your intention, the body knows to let go of stress. In fact, within the first 10 minutes of doing fascial maneuvers, 10 to 15 minutes, the majority of the stress in the system is let go. So 75 to 90% of the stress in the body lets go during that time that you're doing fascial maneuvers. And so that's why Human Garage's 28-day reset is so powerful, because if you're doing a little bit every day, you train your body and your nervous system to be out of stress. If we're doing linear stretching, because this is rotational, linear stretching increases cortisol in the body. Rotational stretching, rotation and counter rotation with intention and breath in fascial maneuvers reduces cortisol, reduces stress from the body. So if you enjoyed this, I would love to see what you think of it. Let me know in the comments, or you can send me a message. Let me know what you thought of this experience, what's changed for you. Definitely take a walk, go easy on yourself, and you can visit this video anytime you need to.